Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to do something that I've been wanting to do for a while, but just been waiting for it to come in. XTRUSION Overland released their roof rack for the Jeep Gladiator, and I bought the rear section back in like March during their tax sale, their tax refund sale. So I bought it. They had some, I think they said they had some like manufacturing issues, so it was delayed a little bit. They finally shipped it out. I got it in the mail. So we're going to go right into an install to get this up on the roof. I really want to see if this thing will fit, right? Roof rack is up there with the rooftop tent. Like the rooftop tent obviously comes and hangs over a little bit, so we got to see if it's going to work, you know. So I'm going to do the install. Basically, I'm just going to record it to go through each step. I'll chop this up to make it like a step-by-step thing of how to install this roof rack. Because honestly, there's no instructions. I can't find the instructions anywhere. I don't think they made them yet. So we're going to go through. I'm going to get a piece fitted, make sure that it looks correct and works right, and then I'll record that install. I'll give you a little overview of the parts. So down here on the table, we have the extrusion aluminum that they ship. That's pretty much everything's made out of. This looks like it's 1 by 1.5 by 1. That's 1015, I think is what it is. I think it might be 1015. That's what we got there. 1015 extrusion. And then we have like the sides. I don't know what these pieces are. I know these are the sides. So yeah, we're going to kind of go through it. And here's hardware, right? We've got Gladiator roof back hardware kit. There's a hardware kit, nuts and bolts. Here is the gutter mount hardware. So this is how we get it on to the gutter, right? We get this onto the gutter. So, and then there is some, what looks to be some rubber seal. So I'm not sure what goes with what. We're going to kind of figure it out piece by piece. And then I'll have this video online so you guys can use it. So, like, once again, this is the rear section only roof rack by XTRUSION Overland. Just released it this year. So, I think their site, as of this video, which is June something, like June 6th, June 7th. June 7th. As of June 7th, their website basically says that the rear section only is back ordered and it'll ship as soon as it's back in stock. So, let's get on with it. I don't want this video to drag on. So, we'll do the install. Let me show you what I'm doing here. So this is a roof gutter, like the rain gutter mount for the roof, right? This is basically, it would go on your gutter, like you clamp like this, right? You tighten it, that way it's on there, it's clamped. All right, so to put this together, right, I'm putting this in like this. So this is part of the clamp, right? This is the gutter mount. I'm going to put the clamp, oops. So that way the back side is the opening, right? The back side of the mount is where the opening is. Then you take one of these longer screws, these longer Allen screws, fit it through those holes there. That will line up with the clamp in the bottom. Grab a, I believe this is a 3/16 key, and just tighten them up a little bit. Shouldn't really give you much resistance, right? And then, so now those are in there, that's attached, and we can do the next part. This part, I'm assuming, is what we are going to mount like this, and that's going to be up, and our extrusion bars are going to sit, and they're going to go in from here. I am not 100% sure yet about how those mount in there. So there's this. Oh, okay, I figured that out. Okay, so this will go in here, right? That'll go into those with nuts, right? And I believe that we're going to use these channels here on the extrusion, right? So that'll go in like that. And that's how we'll mount. That's how we'll do it. That's the hold on, let me move stuff out of the way. Okay, that's the assumption, at least, is that we'll get it mounted like that. So to finish this part, the part that slides with the long slots, I think that's supposed to go here. It lines up with those holes. I believe that allows you to change the height of your bed rack if you need to. For me, I'm trying to go as low as possible. Basically, I want it to almost touch the roof. And what we're going to do now is we're going to throw these screws in. There's a back plate. This back plate, I've been screwing them in with the circles facing the bolts instead of the backs of the screws, because these look like they're pressed in. So I don't want them to unpress. So I'm going to put them in like this. And I believe that is it's just another Allen key, it's a smaller one. Rinse and repeat 4 times, right? Rinse and repeat 4 times until these are all done. So we'll call that, this is the, we'll title it, assembling the mounting brackets for the roof. All right, rain gutters. I'm gonna put these on. It sucks. It's definitely not gonna fit. I'm gonna have to like move this forward or do something, because it's definitely not gonna fit with the rooftop tent. It's just like, it's gonna be, yeah, we're gonna basically have to build it as if it's like right here, or I'm gonna have to really move the rooftop tent back, which I didn't want to do. All right, so these are on here, but I'm still doing fitment. All right, fitment would look like this. Yeah, it would basically, this wouldn't be a rear only. This would be like a rear and half the front in order to have everything fit. Yep. So initial fitment, this is where we're at. Let me go put the other side on. Yeah, initial fitment, we're looking like this. We're about like halfway, right? So we're not going to be able to, we're going to try to get this back as far as we can, and then we're basically going to be like forward here too, but it's not bad. It's not bad the way it's sitting. I can work with this. We'll have to get the bars on and get the other side on, get these tightened down after we get the bars going. Okay, so here is, I'm going to have to figure this out. So I need to, there's going to be bolts that go under here that drop down from the extruded aluminum here. And we're going to use that to get this mounted. Although needs to be this way. Okay, so we're going to use that to get it mounted. So I don't know, I got to figure out what size wrench I need for that. Be right back. We got our 10 millimeter, right? We throw these in. I can show you what I'm doing here. Okay, so I've got those in. See, I've got those in the slots, and then I put them down in these holes here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get them tightened up with these. These are nylon. These are locking nuts. I can tell you right now that that wasn't the easiest way to throw these things on.
Oh boy, it almost fell. Here's what I'm going to recommend. I'm going to recommend at least loosely getting these on both sides. That way it doesn't slide off that side and then slam down onto your roof. Later this week, I'm going to be going out into the woods. Forbes. I got a spot out at Forbes, the campsite number 1. I'm actually interested in this one because it's a big clearing. Sorry, I'm like losing my focus here. So campsite number 1's a big clearing. It's still in the Forbes State Forest, but it's not just like sitting like in the middle of the woods right off the road. You actually have to go through a locked gate, which was interesting to find out. Although the gate apparently is not locked right now, so I don't need a code or anything to get through it. One of these nights, I'm going to take me and the wife out. We're going to go take the Gladiator out and camp out overnight. In other news, the Charger 2 with my Blue Eddy, having issues there with the fuse blowing. I think I got a short somewhere, and I have to figure that out. My fear right now is I already replaced the fuse once, and it blew again. These aren't cheap. These are $10 fuses, so I don't want to keep trying to test things. So I got to figure out what's going on. I think what I'm going to end up doing actually is just buying 4-gauge, 4AWG, I forget what they call it, wire, and I think I'm just going to rerun the positive and the grounds. I think I'm going to rerun it, and maybe along the way, and when I pull that cable out, I'll see what I did wrong and do it right this time. I'm wondering if where I came in through the floor, that was a very thin piece of sheet metal, and I'm wondering if it actually cut into the wire. I need to protect that a lot better. I'm not sure exactly how to do it better right now. I think I need to figure out some kind of like some kind of putty, something that I can put there to kind of close that up, as well as keep the sheet metal from cutting into the wire. Because I bet you once I take this all apart, that's what it is. So right now, the nice thing is that even though I can't charge from my alternator, I can still charge solar. So I have solar charging. That's it. Anyways, back to this. This is now connected. Oops, hold on. It's connected, but I need to be able to slide this. There we go. I need to figure out what to do here. So this is on. Okay, so this literally is just, you got these T-slot bolts. Put those in. Put the nylon locking nuts in there. Tighten this all down. So now we are in the rain gutter. We are, we're on there. Everything's loose. Nothing's tight. Everything's loose right now. As I'm doing this, I'm probably scratching the crap out of my paint. Hold on. All right, just be careful. Everything's loose. I'm going to go put the other one on, but I'm going to do it the other way. I'm actually going to pull this. I'm going to pull these screws, pull this out. I'm going to put these on that bar first, and then come over and attach them to the mounting brackets. I think it'll be easier to do it that way, because this holding this here, trying to tighten this down, be a lot easier to do it on my workbench. I'll show you what I mean. Over here on this side, right? I got these angled brackets that were in the gutter mounts, but I took them off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these nuts, put them in, or one of these bolts, put them in here. One of these bolts, see, they got little T's on them, or they got little squares on them to fit them into those T channels. I'm going to do that on both sides. Okay, now with this, the angle needs to be facing away from the bar. I do have that sorted. Right, so we have that. Let me put this one in. And then we have our bolts. These are nylon locking nuts, which are nice. They won't loosen up. Take a lot to get them to loosen. So just put them on till they're hand tight, and then I will get them down with socket. This is where if you had a power ratchet, something, cordless ratchet, that is being easy mode. Okay, so I tighten this down, but I'm gonna back them off just a hair, just so you can slide that around. Let me tighten this side down now. That was much faster. Now, how fast it will be to get these back on, these we'll find out. Now, I don't know how much of this wind you're hearing, but it's really hot, so I've got a fan here on top of the Jeep. So there's this now, these screws, this backing plate, and if you were smart, I would probably put a blanket down on top of your roof so you don't damage it. I am not being smart right now, so I got this little piece of microfiber or whatever. I'll put that there just so I can move this, slide this around now without damaging it. I'm gonna go over that side, tighten that down. I'll be back to show you how I tighten down over here. All right, so now I've got this back in here. We're just getting this back on. Nobody's sure what size do these things need to be. I don't know. I think what we're going to do now, though, is put one side on. And we're going to get one side on, and then we will start working on mounting the other side. So, I think that's what we need to do now. Well, I've got some screws from the other bag. These ones are just like little button screws with the Allen key on the top of them. Okay, so this other way, so it's going to go like this, right? So these 4 holes for the badge and these 2 holes here at the top go towards the back. These 2 holes here go towards the front. I don't know what these are for yet. But the plan is to get this mounted and then to get everything tightened down. That is the plan. And once we do this, it'll actually probably start looking... It should start looking like a roof rack. Alright, so I got one in. And these are just, there's threads on the ends of these extrusion bars. I'm only doing one side because I got to get everything tightened up here, and then I got to put more bars on. I'm not 100% sure where the 4th bar, how it attaches yet. I don't know yet. Okay, so as you can see, this side is on. It's on. It's there. Man, that is, it is so close. It is so close to being tall enough to fit. But it is sitting on the roof, so it's gonna have to come up. So yeah, it's not. I'm looking over here. It's not gonna fit underneath my rooftop tent. So this is gonna be where it sits, which I think is fine. It's gonna be partly attached to the front roof, partly attached to the back. That's life with a rooftop tent, you know. That's why usually we only need rear-only roof racks, because we can't fit it all the way back. This actually will probably fit well on her on her roof with the Skyline, with the Sky One Touch. So that's cool. We could probably use this next year to tie stuff down when we go to Myrtle or go on a trip, and we'll take her Wrangler instead of my Gladiator. Okay, so we have some more screws. I got some more things I got to screw in here. Like there's things here on the bottom. So I'm gonna show you. So there is this, and this is what I'm trying to figure out is, Like, I think that's how this goes. I think these are just like, this is supposed to like turn this into like a basket. You know, like, I'm not sure. I think that's what we're gonna do for now. We're gonna mount it in like this, and that's that, right? I don't 100% know where the fourth bar. One goes back here, one goes here. There's got to be one in between here, right? You gotta look at pictures. All right, I got some more stuff. Ah, shoot, I left the thing over there. All right, so we're gonna get this back bar attached, and then I think we'll get this front bar attached as well. That way we can get everything tightened down and buttoned up over here as far as to where I want my height to be and all that. Let me grab one more bar. Probably put that right here. Hold on. I'm bumping into you. Yeah, so we'll probably go here, over here, and this is what it'll look like. We'll get this in. Yep, this will work. So let me show you from this side, from my view. All right, so for here, this is just, it's gonna simply go into any one of these holes, right? And there's your two screws. You're just gonna screw them in here. There's nothing fancy. There's no parts over there, no special parts or anything like that. These two holes here, this is gonna line up with those. This right here will line up with those holes. I'll fix the lighting and everything later. So yeah, you can pick wherever you need it to be. Like if you have, actually, see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of them. So I'm actually gonna put it here then. I'm gonna put it in the middle, so it's all just even. Right, but if you have something, let's say if you have a box, a case, or something like that, and they need to be closer spaced, that's nice, because it looks like you have options on where you want this middle bar to go. Once this is all on, tightened down, I'm gonna put the badge on over here. I'll show you guys that, and then we'll get height adjusted, front and back. We'll get height adjusted, front and back adjusted, and then we'll be done, I think. And then I will try to edit this video. Like I said, I'll try to edit the video so that way at least it's somewhat of an instruction, somewhat of a tutorial for you guys. All right, I'm gonna put the XTR badge on as well. So I got my hardware there. So this is the XTR badge. This is kind of cool. It's just a little piece of aluminum. It's gonna go right here on the side. Represent. And that is so these little Allen bolts, screws here, these are 3/32 is what I got to fit in there. And the nut that you need to use to tighten is 6 millimeter. So if you got them, that's how you got to get it attached to this. I probably would attach them first before you put them up here. Just be easier. This L piece, I would do this one. I would do this first with this side piece off of the vehicle, and I would put the badge on with it off the vehicle. To be honest, if you had a buddy with you, this thing weighs 60 pounds or so built. It might just be better to just build it first and then have you and your buddy lift it up. But I'm doing it solo, so I'm showing you how to do it piece by piece here. So yeah. Let's get this all. So where's my thing at? Hold on. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's get this on. I said I was going to do it on this side. So what we're going to do real quick is move that over. And I wasn't given Loctite or anything like that. I don't know if that's anything you guys want to do. I'm not right now. I'll just basically, what I'm going to do is just check. I'll check and adjust. See if anything's getting loose over time. What I usually do is, like, yeah, after that, like, first 500 miles or so, I'll check. I don't have any torque specs or anything like that, so right now I'm just doing everything, everything hand tight, and then just a little torque afterwards. Make sure it stays snug. That's like these screws. You can get them started by hand. It's the specs or whatever. Everything's real nice. You can get them started by hand and then go in after, tighten it down. I still am unsure exactly how I want to do the final height adjustments, you know. Because obviously I can move this left and right. I gotta get this centered, you know. I gotta figure out how to get it centered. So it's gonna take me a bit. I think what I'm gonna do is just leave this all, like this side can go up or down. I don't know. I'm just showing you. I'm not the best, right? I'm just showing you how to do this, so you at least have an idea, and then hopefully somebody else will install it. Hopefully somebody else would do an install, and they'll figure out how to do it even easier than I did. That's the goal. Is like, here, I'm gonna get this started for you guys on how I did it. And then hopefully one day somebody's gonna say, hey, here's how you install it, right? They just go right from where I left off. I think what I'm gonna do is just going to put that there and just use that to hold it in while I tighten it. Oh shoot, that's not 6. Oh no. It's not 6mm. Let's try 7/30 seconds. I think we have a winner. I think it's 7/30 seconds. And it is what it is. 7/30 seconds to get this tight. I don't have one of these in just like a wrench, so I got to use this socket set to do it. It's a cool little badge though. I don't mind repping XTR. XTRUSION Overland's got cool stuff. I mean, I've got their bed rack. I bought it used off Facebook, and had to kind of. The one I got was made for the tonneau cover, and I had to like do some modifications because it was like it was like a weird mid-height type thing. I wanted full height because I wanted this rooftop tent. So did some things, got it going. I do want to eventually upgrade. I would like to upgrade to the exoskeleton. Would be my dream. Right, it's $4,000 or I think it's $4,000, which is not cheap. Okay, so update. All right, XTR badge is on. bolts. We got all of our crossbars bolted in with those screws. Everything here is still, the rain gutters, or everything's still really loose. And I'm gonna go start doing the other side now. And when I come back, we will, that side will be on, this side will be on. We'll start adjusting, doing height adjustments. Okay, so we've got initial like fitment done, right? So the bars are all attached, right? Everything is attached as it should be attached. I was like looking under here, like we're pretty low. It's pretty low profile. The thing I got to figure out now is to get this all tightened up, and then, like, you know, over here, well, I got to back out, but like make sure it's center, you know, make sure it's centered up there. And then, yeah, I think we'll be done. We'll be done after that. So not too much more. I have this tightened down, right? I tightened this down, kind of pulled it more centered. I'm gonna have to tighten up the bolts underneath this, but it's in. So now I'm gonna tighten the bolts. These, remember the T-slot bolts, the nuts underneath. I'm gonna tighten those with a 10mm wrench, and then we'll go and tighten up the other side, and hopefully it is centered. And I think I got it back and forth where I want it to be, like as far as front to back. I think I got it where I want it to be. Everything is centered the way I want it to be. Yeah, I might need to adjust it still. The front to back thing I might need to adjust a little bit, because if you look here, right, this bar, I won't be able to put like a box or something because it's going to be right here. So maybe I might maybe move this forward a little bit, and that way if I'm going to put like cases or something back here, I can do that. For right now, I mean, I can put it in the center, but it doesn't help me too much. And so yeah, I'll show you whenever it's finished. I'll give you like the outside view of it. All right. The install is done. I think it went all right. I'll definitely have to make adjustments, but at least as far as doing it without having any instructions, I think we did okay. And hopefully you have at least a little bit of knowledge from me doing this to do your install until Extrusion Overland eventually comes out with their install video or PDF. So for now, yeah, we're winging it, but you know, take what I did and improve on it, and hopefully we'll have this all sorted out. I don't have the front, it's just a rear kit. That's it. Now I can put some stuff up there. I don't even know what I'm gonna put up there yet. I bought this back during the tax season sale just because I was like, roof rack. It'd be nice if I can transfer that between my wife's Jeep and my Jeep. We were gonna take it down to Myrtle in May. Didn't get it in time, so that didn't happen, but it's there, it's on. Check your heights. I'm like a 1/4 inch higher on one side than the other. Not even a quarter, like a 16. I don't know, it's very minimal. I might do some more adjusting, I don't know. I think I've got it centered. So I'm not too worried about it. And I'm gonna try to figure out how to like to mount the Starlink up there or something, right? A way of mounting some cases, and over time figure it out. But that's it. I'm tired, it's hot. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, hopefully this helped you. I'm Shane, that's Sam, you're watching Free to Roam, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.